Another video. I just recorded a whole video and tried to upload it of the Laker game where they lost by 41, and they copyrighted it completely. I can't post it, so I have to find another video to record. And I was scrolling and I found this one, so we're gonna react to hot takes from basketball. Shout out Lo. I watch Lo's content all the time. I'll be seeing him collab with everybody. I'm trying to get up in the hoops world, so shout out Lo. I'm not trying to steal your content, but it's 2:35 in the morning and I need to go to bed. And I want to see what type of hot takes. It says I watched this video. I don't remember the video, so we just gonna get into the takes. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Winter break, we going stupid with the content. Let's go.
So here we are, NBA season has concluded, going on to the off season. But before we get deep into off season hot takes, I decided to take the time out to go out, look at all the takes throughout the entire season, bring them to the table as a montage, and just react to the worst takes of the 2024 NBA season. Boy, there's a lot that I missed out on over the year.
Carmelo Anthony with a more refined game, better range. I don't know if I'm getting anything on the other end. I don't know if his teams will succeed in the playoffs. I don't know if he's the greatest teammate, but buckets. Yeah. This is Melo with a 3-point shot. Like,
oh fuck. Okay. So did he just call Luka Carmelo with a 3-point shot? Also, if he could pass, but this is, I'm assuming, before the finals run. So, right? 5 months ago. That's when these are from that season. So yeah, this is from before the finals run. I mean, does Luka get buckets? Yes, I think he's Carmelo.
You're just going to get a lot of points.
I think he's Carmelo with 3-point shots. Fuck no. But
I have my doubts. When people fell in love with James Harden, I'm like, you can't have the ball that much in your hands.
The fact that people see a level of success or what they predict is going to be and then just draw that conclusion, especially if someone just blankly doesn't play defense and that's the comp. Like, why not just say he's Charles Barkley? Why not just say he's any other all-time great offensive player?
Charles Barkley was not the compare. Chuck played the 4. Luka plays the 1. Simple. They're just drawing comparison. Why did he draw the Melo comparison? That's a great question. They play completely different positions. Well, I don't know a lot. Well, Charles Barkley might be a good comparison. I don't watch a lot of Charles Barkley film. I'm sorry. I just don't. But I mean, I see where he's coming from. Do I agree with it? Not really. But
that hasn't won a championship. But trying to compare it to
a bucket getter that hasn't won a chip and doesn't make deep playoff runs all the time. So
Hello of all players, really. But just from like a passing and playmaking perspective, like there is a drastic difference. But hey man, that's the conclusion you came to. And the fact that he would go on to go to the NBA finals at the age in which he's at right now is crazy. Just crazy.
Luka is ball centric. He's not changing. Carmelo wouldn't take a couple steps back and shoot threes as the game evolved and pivoted to a 3-point league. They don't play defense. It doesn't look like they're in the greatest shape. They get very prickly, and GMs and
wait, Carmelo wasn't in the greatest shape? I thought Carmelo was fine when it comes to like being in shape and whatnot.
Coaches get fired trying to find the right complement to their game. They start hot, playoff success, plateau, and then eventually their lack of willingness to grow and evolve and play well with others is why they won't end up being Giannis or LeBron. There was a very short time early, LeBron, Melo. Melo had a couple of big wins over LeBron. Melo was the more refined offensive player. He'd been at Syracuse. He won a natty. The longer they played, the wider the gap got. And because basically LeBron would commit to being in great shape, being a great defender, getting well along with others, and evolving. Melo never did. Luka's not doing it, and I think you're stuck with a player.
Crazy. That's crazy. The fact that people, and I think people tend to forget that was the conversation, the identity around Luka for the last 2 to 3 years leading up to this. Luka got Rick Carlisle fired. Luka and Jalen Brunson apparently didn't work out. Luka just couldn't really fit with anyone. The reason why
Luka came on a podcast and said that he knew Jalen Brunson was going to be tough.
Porzingis out of here because Luka didn't fit with him. And it's crazy because Luka, and I said this in a video on my main channel, I believe Luka's an NBA hell because the way that he plays basketball, the only way that anybody's ever going to justify how he plays is if he wins a championship, as if like there aren't several other all-time great players who haven't won a championship. But for the fact that that was a comp, Luka is comp to Carmelo Anthony, and the simple fact that people are already coming to conclusions and not knowing what was going to happen.
I mean, you can say because they both both get buckets, but if you're in the NBA, you can get
Be
buckets.
very mindful that Luka's
not against NBA players, but you can get buckets.
Already been to the conference finals. The fact that he went to the NBA finals this season really just shows a lot of people need to start opening up their identity and palette to what does or does not work in the NBA and not just go off of what they believe happened back in the day and why it's going to happen right now. But drawing that conclusion is crazy.
People always try to, when people are drawing conclusions, they're just drawing it from the sense that what happened back in the day is going to happen again, and it's going to happen with this and this player, and this archetype or stereotype of player is just reoccurring, and it's always going to happen over and over
Finally,
again.
The entire unit is back.
Conclusion is crazy.
Warriors, finally, the entire unit is back, and I'll make my call. Warriors end up in the Western Conference Finals against Denver. I'm calling.
This was the year Luka won. Who did they play in the conference finals? The Mavs. Not Mavs. They played the T-Wolves, right? Yeah. Warriors were... Did the Warriors make the first... I gotta look at the bracket. Sorry. I gotta look at the bracket. I don't know off the top of my head. 2024. I can just click on. Wait, where's Golden State? Oh shit, I'm tweaking. They were. Expect to win. They finished 10th, so they made the play in. Didn't they lose to the King? Actually, wait, didn't they lose to the Kings this year? Wait. Yeah. So, in the first round, I don't think they made the... Yeah, they didn't make the playoffs. Damn, they didn't make the playoffs. Then who did they lose to? Who the fuck did they lose to? Because they made the play-in. I don't even know. Them not making the playoffs is looking crazy after that take. I'm not gonna lie. That shit aged like terribly. Oh damn, I could just put something. Oh wait, playing games don't count, do they? Yeah, damn. I don't even know. I don't remember who the fuck they lost to. They might have lost to the Kings. I think it was the Kings. I think it might have been the Kings again. The Kings might have got the best of them this time.
On it out right now. Celtics Nuggets make the finals. Warriors get to the Western Conference Final.
To be fair to Colin, I don't think too many
Nuggets Celtics isn't that bad of a prediction.
people thought that in the middle of the season, Draymond would miss so many games because he couldn't keep his hands to himself. He became a professional wrestler, putting people in headlocks. Like, I don't think people thought that. But also, I think that people should have assumed as well that the Western Conference was so steep that outside of really Denver, I don't know why anybody felt comfortable with putting anyone in the conference finals, because that's how deep the Western Conference was. And come to find out, even Denver didn't make the conference finals. Not too bad, but the fact that that they didn't even make the playoffs, very telling. Very, very telling.
Los Angeles Lakers will be the first seed in the entire Western Conference.
No. Not with Darvin Ham turkey sandwich as the coach.
Saying so, brother. You had faith in my team like me, my nigga. You had faith like me. First seed is kind of crazy. First seed is crazy.
That is a little bit of dick suck, I'm not gonna lie.
crazy though, bro.
Nobody's
I fuck with it. But first,
Dude,
hey,
you gotta
first
be
saying is
trolling, bro.
crazy.
You gotta be
To
trolling.
some, because although they do have a very nice, well-balanced team all around, they're just not alone. Even with Denver losing Bruce Brown to the Pacers, there's still going to be a problem. The Suns roster looks incredible. The West in general is still pretty deep, so it's not an easy, definite thing to say, but I just really like the makeup of that Lakers team.
It's crazy because the Lakers, I mean, to go around about the makeup and how deep it was, I always felt like D'Angelo Russell was going to be traded regardless, but I never thought that the Lakers were going to be number one. One seed, just in large part because you don't know what you're going to get with Anthony Davis in terms of injuries, and LeBron is aging, and you're still asking a lot out of those players. I think a lot of people took the last year sample size post the deadline and thought that that was going to be expanded throughout the entire year. And to be fair, that could have happened if Darvin Ham wasn't coaching and decided not to play the 4 best players in the starting lineup. So sure, maybe that does happen, but nevertheless, first seed,
That nigga's a terrorist.
I think even as a Laker fan, I think that was a stretch. In large part because playing Bron any significant minutes or not even knowing what you're going to get out of him and AD just because of injuries and age, pretty crazy. But shout out to the brother Swish Out. You know what I'm saying? Got faith in my team.
I don't.
They are going to be
Hell
number
no.
2 seed
Yo,
good.
shit.
The Warriors at 3
What the-
because I've loved CP.
Tired of this bullshit. Tired of this bullshit. In hindsight is
number
2020, but hindsight is hindsight. You were the 2 seed. Well, Nuggets and were tied. I think it was a 3-way tie between OKC was 1, the Nuggets were 2, and T-Wolves were 3. You got swept in the first round. You didn't make the playoffs. Did the Clippers make the Clippers lost in the first round, right? Yeah. Lost in the first round, didn't make the playoffs. Got swept in the first round. Didn't make the playoffs. Got swept. Lost in the first round. Lost embarrassingly in the second round.
2 seed good. The Warriors at 3 because I've loved CP3 and Jonathan Kuminga so far in the preseason.
Bro, saying that the
In the preseason? Oh, hell no.
Warriors are going to be number 3 because of CP3 and Kuminga is nuts. Especially because
That's like CP3 and Wemby now, but like way worse Wemby. Well, not way worse. Shout out Kuminga. Kuminga's good, but he ain't Wemby, bro.
Kuminga wasn't even starting. And Chris Paul,
roles,
I dare
bro,
anybody, I dare any of you all to go look at in the past 2 years how often Chris Paul has taken a shot near the basket in the restricted area. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do it myself actually before we move on, because I don't think people really realize, bro, Chris Paul ain't moving not a thing. He not moving a needle. He barely getting to the basket. Nobody doesn't even defend him like that anymore. And to believe that Chris Paul, out of all people, is gonna move the needle enough for you, crazy. Chris Paul this season took 14 shots in the restricted area. 14. Last year, Chris Paul took 26 shots in the restricted area. Bro, he not touching the paint if his life depended on it.
Pi is a completely free ad block.
Chris Paul ain't. We talking about Chris Paul like he back in the fucking Hornets. Like that nigga in OKC, even Houston.
Controversy is actually below the play-in line. 7 Kings, 8 Wolves, 9 Mavericks, 10 Thunder.
1 seed, 3 seed, but same record as 1 seed. Wait, no. 1 seed, 3 seed, same record as 1 seed, made the finals. I think they were like the 6th seed.
God damn, boy.
These
Now, I'm
predictions
be honest
looking
with
ass.
you.
Take this whole thing,
Mavericks,
take
10
everybody he had up here, move them up here and take everybody he had down here and move them down here, except the Nuggets.
Thunder.
God.
And you can leave the Clippers low key.
Damn, boy. Now, I'll be
Somewhere
honest
around
with
there.
you. I know a lot of people weren't expecting the Thunder to be the #1 seed. I wasn't expecting them to be the 10th seed.
Exactly.
10th is
You got SGA, Chet, and J-Dub. I think I expect them to be like 6'5". Like, yeah, 5-6 seed. I ain't them
crazy. 10th is crazy. I understand the Timberwolves thing. I understand the Mavericks thing. And it's also very important to go back with these takes because I thoroughly believe it gives an accurate depiction of like where people thought they were at, what these teams had to overcome. It really does give an accurate depiction of like what ended up happening because the idea of who Luka is, the idea of who that duo was, and Luka and Kyrie heading into the season, people were not
It's like a time capsule, seeing where people's minds was at.
high on it whatsoever. And a lot of people thought that they weren't going to make the playoffs, especially in a conference that was very, very difficult to make. So the fact that like, yeah, shout out to the Mavericks and the Thunder, bro. The Thunder getting #1 seed is massive. The Timberwolves also top. That's actually crazy. Now I'm looking at it. Between the Timberwolves, Mavericks, and Thunder with his predictions, bro, those are playoff teams that look like some of the best teams in the NBA, period. The fact that he had them predicted to
The Thunder scammers.
be barely playing teams and they flipped it to actually make a run in the postseason, pretty impressive.
So what are they gonna do? Either you gonna start
Oh hell no! Gil's Arena. Oh shit, that should say Europeans. This is gonna be some xenophobic ass shit.
drafting kids? So what are they gonna do? Either you gonna start drafting kids? Older, but yes, Gilbert.
I know what they can do. Get rid of all the Europeans.
I can't keep doing it with this bullshit, bro.
I'll be honest with you, the run that Gilbert Arenas and them on this show had that was just breeding xenophobic. And some of it, I just think they joking. Like recently, Nick Young.
And for those of you that don't know what xenophobia is, dislike of or prejudice against people from other countries. This nigga don't like Europeans.
Came out and they were joking like the Boston Celtics, they won for us Americans, we back, oh my goodness. Like I think they're joking with that, but I dead ass like the stretch that they went on with the European takes were ridiculous.
Yeah,
And to
it
make
was.
it even worse is that they were making arguments about Europeans that weren't applicable to them, like sitting here saying, oh look, Luka, he went out there, he put up 70.
They was making up some fake ass points, so I'm not gonna lie. They was out there spewing straight bullshit, just saying whatever to fit the narrative, so the casuals would listen and understand, and hopefully get the casuals on their side. But if you actually knew ball and knew listen to what the fuck they were talking about, a lot of shit they were saying just wasn't true at all.
Points against a team filled with Americans. Like most teams have majority Americans on their roster. So if you think it's a defensive problem, like literally 8 to 9 times out of 10, it's because of an American. So this whole defensive argument that Gil was getting off is crazy.
I'm with you. No, I just
Right?
say get
They
rid
don't
of
go
them
to
altogether because
college
of special talent.
whatsoever.
Yeah,
They have no athleticism.
Give some
They
come
have
over.
no athleticism.
They all come over and go
Hold
to
on.
Arizona.
They have no athleticism, right? They have no speed, no jumping ability. They are a liability on defense. There's 150 Euros in the league today. Name the top 10 defenders.
Yeah,
None.
I'm with you.
Right? Just the Rudy Gobert and Greek the Freak. Other than that, they're just offensive players. They're not.
Because they're guards. What the fuck? Well, Jokic is not a guard, but Jokic a guard and a big body. We all know that nigga can't fucking jump. Would you rather have Jokic average 25, 7, and 6 and play defense, or this nigga average a 30-point triple-double and play no defense? Somebody need to put the ball in the fucking hoop, and somebody need to get these fucking. I know Jokic accounts for a lot of his team's fucking points. This nigga getting buckets. Luka gets buckets. The fact that you're saying the Euros are the reason that there's no defense in the league when the league is majority American players is insane. It's insane to me. Oh fuck. European players that we've seen are more so offensively talented. We've seen that with Europeans for the longest time. So you're saying, yeah, You know what I'm saying? Defense is you know what I'm saying, is falling off because the Europeans, they're not athletic and they can't jump. First of all, offense will always predicate over defense. It'll always be over defense because defense is a reactionary thing. So you can only go off of what you see or what you know or the habits of the person you're guarding. Same thing in any game, in any sport. Video games too. Like in Rocket League, for example, even though it's a game based off of sport, if somebody is trying to score, or like if they fucking pump fake an air dribble, you're going to jump for it and then they're going to score because you're just going off of what you see. In basketball, if somebody hits a good pump fake and you jump, then they blow by you. It's not... If you've never played him before and you don't know he likes to pump fake, you're going to jump for it because defense is a reactionary action. It's not proactive, it's reactive, so you're always going to be behind the 8 ball unless you can fucking chase down block and make up for it. But there's they're okay defenders. Luka's a questionable defender. Jokic is a questionable defender. But there's a lot of people in the game, like Shea. We're not going to talk about Shea. Tied D Fox and leading the league in steals last season. But he's not European, so I feel it. But he's straight xenophobic just towards Europeans. Like, Shea's from Canada. A lot of players in the league aren't fully fucking American. Like, Kyrie's Australian. So, like, I don't know, bro. I genuinely don't know.
Not defensive players, right? So the NBA took away aggression. Defensive players, right?
This nigga made me upset. Oh my god.
So the NBA took away aggression.
Over there.
They took away aggression to open up the Euro League. When they first started getting here, it was too rough for them.
And they didn't make it.
They didn't make it, right? So
who is they? Nigga, Dirk got drafted in what? 90 shit. What year did Dirk get drafted? Like 90, yeah, 99. I was gonna say 99. I was cause it was before 99. But nigga got drafted in 99. Hold on. I was finna bring up fucking Manu, but Manu's Argentinian. Wait, is he Argentinian or is Tony Argentinian? I don't remember. Yeah, Manu's Argentinian. So Tony Parker was. Oh, he was from Belgium. I thought he was French. I feel it. I thought he was from France. I thought he was from France. But so you're telling me Tony Parker, European NBA players. Sabonis. Oh wow, that's actually a lot more than I thought. So if we're talking good defenders or okay defenders, Evan Fournier was calm. Pau Gasol was. We have Giannis. If we're just defense, Giannis, Rudy, Sabonis, Vooch is okay. Schroeder's. I'm not really counting Schroeder. Pingus. I'll count Tony. Jonas is okay. Clint is okay. Evan Fournier is cool. Powell, Dirk. I don't know about Dirk's defense, but I'm pretty sure he was calm. I think Ricky was calm. Vlade might have been cool. Marc Gasol has a DPOY, even though he shouldn't have that shit. And we're talking about just in the league now. You have Giannis, Rudy, Vooch not top 10, but he's cool. So bare minimum, you have Giannis, Rudy, Sabonis, Tingus. If we're talking defenders, and mind you, they're all bigs. He's going simply guard defenders. Jokic isn't a guard defender, but he plays like a guard. He's the main facilitator on that team. He's basically their fucking point guard. He's just big enough to be at center and still be the point guard on some LeBron shit. LeBron's 6'9", but can play the point guard because he has a great vision, great playmaking and passing ability, and knows the game very well and can see the floor. So, I don't.
Eventually, they softened the rules. They didn't soften the rules for the Americans. They softened the rules to open up international.
Well, I'm not gonna say yes they did, but I don't think it was strictly for the Europeans.
Which is such an irrefutable lie. That is just a lie. And that's the thing that really bothers me. To sit here and to say that the reason why they changed the rules and made it less physical for European players, when they literally, it's set in stone. The people who were changing the rules from the rule committee in the late 90s, early 2000s was changing the rules because the game had slowed down to such a bore that it was unwatchable, that they need to up the tempo, make it easier to score like it was back in the 80s. There are specific references to how it was in the 80s when a bunch of Americans were playing basketball. Oh, a bunch of Euros came over and they couldn't make it. They couldn't last. Dirk came over, MVP, was easily one of the best players in the NBA during the 2000s. Also, wait, let me. I was gonna say a bunch of Africans, but you can't say Africans. He's specifically talking Euros. Also, when he also says Euros, he was talking about how Manu Ginobili also doesn't play defense. Remember that, even though Manu isn't a European, he's Argentinian, but whatever, right?
I'm about to say, if we're talking straight Euros, then yeah. But if we're talking just foreign players in general, Canada counts, Brazil, Argentina counts, then so Manu counts. Canada, a lot of niggas are from Canada. Australia counts, Africa counts. So, goddamn, Joel Embiid counts at that point. But if we're talking strictly Europe, still false.
Then also brought up Shea, but Shea's not European, but he's Canadian, but you can't use Africans because regardless, right? Also, I would very argue like someone like Dennis Schroeder is a solid defender as well. Like there's more than 2 defenders over in the Europeans, but I get what he's saying. He's trying to get this shit off. But the truth of the matter is, bro, defense is changing, it's evolving, it's becoming more team oriented, and that's the reason why even if they don't lack the athletic gifts to still be a positive defender, because most teams use team schemes defensively to where all 5 players have to be active in whatever they're running. But this idea that Europeans are the ones who are killing the league defensively, just go look at some of the worst defensive teams in the NBA. Like literally like 9 or 10 of the top 12 rotation players are all Americans.
Is Luka the best player on this team?
There's no way y'all niggas are Yes, nigga, what the fuck? Was Kyrie in MVP talks last season? And I love Kyrie. I don't fucking think so. Kyrie came over knowing it was Luka's team, but knew, and Luka knows, him and Kyrie have an amazing relationship, and they know that they play off of each other. It's a 1A, 1B situation, but yes, it's still Luka's fucking team. No, they didn't say, is he the best player on the team? Like, people were saying in 2017, it's Steph's team, but is KD the best on the team? Nigga averaged 34, 9, and 9. Shut the fuck up. He averaged a damn near 30-point triple-double. Shut the fuck up.
Do y'all hear the niggas in the...
They ain't say that. I ain't do that. I ain't do that. I didn't do that. Cool.
It's about time somebody said that truth. Nigga, are you serious? This is the worst take.
I didn't. No.
This is the worst take. There is not a world that any of us should ever live on where anybody believes that Luka and Kyrie is even a conversation, let alone believe
they think they Brown and Tatum. This shit crazy.
that Kyrie is even better than Luka. No. No.
Production-wise. I didn't ask you that. Enough said. But in MVP vote, he's the 4th best player in the NBA compared to the bullshit list from the other day. He in the MVP conversation, and in my opinion, I don't think he's the best player on this basketball team. But that's for another. Never mind. Move on. Just sip my tea.
And just for clarification, they're responding to what they believe is to be a bad list that had Luka at like top 4, top 5 in the NBA before the season began. Kenyon Martin.
That's valid.
And thought that it was egregious to put Luka in those conversations while not having Kyrie anywhere near close to that, because he doesn't even believe that Luka is better than Kyrie, bro.
Yo, what the fuck are we doing, bro? And it be the ex-NBA players that be having these outrageous, egregious ass takes. I saw a clip and it was like, I think it was from Souls and Sage, and they were like, yeah, You know what I'm saying? Because I think it's about the Paul Pierce, D Wade shit, and it was like you have to have a certain mentality to play in the league, yada yada yada. But when you're playing, all you're worried about is the next game, so you're not looking at stats. So in debates, it's easier for us sitting at home to look at the stats and really dive in and analyze the game and whatnot to have these debates. But my nigga, you've been retired for a minute now. You're on a show. I get, like, this show is just to push propaganda at this fucking point. Y'all niggas don't want to have real debates. Because Gil be doing his research. Gil be right sometimes, but sometimes Gil be going completely fucking left. But, like, you have the time to do research, and you still say, not even research, my nigga, watch the kid. There's no way you think this bullshit. Finished 5th in the West. Beat the Clippers in the first round, so I was right. Oh, is Seth Curry still on the team? I didn't even know that. Where the fuck is Luka at? Oh, he's right there. I'm tweaking. Never mind. Carry on. Luka averaged 34, 9 and 9. Damn, 34, 10 and. If we're real, he averaged 33, 9 and 9. But if we're rounding up, he averaged 34, 10 and 9. And you could really say he averaged a 30-point triple double for. But we're not gonna say that. He averaged 34, 10 and 9 on 48, 38, 78. And Kyrie Irving averaged 25, 5 and 5 on 50, 40, 90. Which is actually really fucking good. I didn't know he did that good last season. But 25 is a really big jump from 30 fucking 4. You're like, yeah, 14 and 24 is mid-role player to kind of all-star level. It's harder to take the jump from all-star to superstar than it is from role player to all-star. It's easier to go from good to great than great to from to cool, from cool to fucking good and amazing. Like, Kyrie is a great number 2. You can sit here and argue he's one of the best number 2s in history, but to say that he's better than Luka is fucking egregious, and I don't fucking care what you say. And I'm pretty sure Kyrie would agree with me on that Luka was the best player on the team. It's like they're trying to make, and this is what I hate. It'd be like if I say something, like if I'm joking with somebody and me and him having a good time, but niggas come to the dude, like if me and my friend having a conversation, I make fun of him, and we laughing, but somebody else over there get mad and start coming to me, but the nigga I said it to don't got a problem with it. Fuck you on my girl for when the nigga that is actually involved don't have a problem with it. Same thing here. Luka and Kyrie work well together. They have amazing chemistry from what I've seen in the podcast and all that, but they're making false narratives and propaganda like this bullshit to try to like cause startups and some shit. I don't fucking.
What are we doing? That was the worst take. And unfortunately, when that was going on, I was not like uploading on this channel with any level of frequency. So I'm so happy I took the time out to kind of go back and look at so many other different takes, because that is the worst take in the entire, and I do mean the entire season, that Kyrie Irving was the best player on the Dallas Mavericks. That's the worst take. Before I even go, man, huge shout out to some of the Twitter takes, in particular, good friend of the show, man, Jim Parks. Jim Parks, a lot of you Warrior fans, y'all swore up and down.
Wait, what the fuck?
Jim Parks.
I really hope the Warriors run into the Thunder in the playoffs so that Curry can humble the fuck out of SGA. Remember this tweet if/when this happens, because I promise you those Thunder are getting slapped. They looked into playing Warriors while Curry failed to figure out rotations. Yeah, them niggas didn't make the fucking playoffs. A lot of you
Warrior fans, y'all swore up and down. You swore up and.
Hey, that nigga turned the Bay Area to the Shea Area. That shit was tough. I'm not gonna lie. That was a tough ass IG quote. I'm not gonna lie. That was a tough ass IG caption. That was a tough ass caption. Turn the Shea Area to the Bay, from the Bay Area to the Shea Area.
Now y'all were going to be able to go deep into the postseason. You thought that y'all were going to win a championship. You thought y'all were actually going to compete, just for y'all to miss the playoffs in totality. Shout out to y'all, man. Round of applause, man. Shout out to y'all, man. I know you're gonna blame it on Steve Kerr. Y'all don't want to blame it on Klay Thompson or Draymond or even Curry in some capacities. Sure, blame it on Steve Kerr. He definitely holds some blame, but
Scapegoat.
shout out to Jim Barks, man.
Now, did Curry get some stuff wrong? I don't know. I wasn't watching Warriors games, but I would say yes. But it wasn't completely Curry's fault at all. You can blame everybody. You can blame Curry to some capacity. You can blame Curry to some capacity. You could really blame Klay to some capacity. Draymond. They ended up trading Klay to the Mavericks, the team that we said Luka. So do y'all think Klay is the best player on the goddamn Mavericks now because he has 4 chips? I don't know, bro.
Shout out to the Warrior fandom out there, man. Y'all keep killing it on the timeline. But on that note, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you feel like I missed a take, please let me know. Also, as this video is up, I am streaming live right now on playback.tv/Lowe's Room as we are reacting to the drafts and some potential trades that are probably happening right now as he speaks. So make sure you go check that over there. But if not, as always, hit the subscribe button, notification bell, and until next time, I'll see you all later. Peace.
They traded Rob Dillingham. I'm upset. But like, it was. Hold on, wait. They turned the Bear to the share and then call on to when you need to. At the end of the game, that shit was tough. But yeah, this is insane propaganda. I'm tired. I just recorded the whole video. The shit got completely copyrighted. I hope Lil, please don't copyright me, please. I pray. I just need content. Please help me. But this video long as fuck. Well, it's not long as fuck. It's 35 minutes. This is cool. But I appreciate y'all for watching. This was a lot of commentary. Between my commentary and Lowe's comment, I'm reacting to a reaction, so it's a lot of fucking commentary. I know. I'm sorry if you made it to the end. Nobody probably did, but if you did, I love you so fucking much. Road to monetization. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Hopefully. I'm gone.